Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So today onwards, we are going to start with the Cucumber framework design. And today we will see first what exactly different components that we have to design and what are the different feature files we can create, what are different options. And then we will be using Eclipse to create the feature file in the step definition. And then we will write one simple basic test today without Selenium, but we will see that how to create a basic feature file in the step definition and the runner. So before that, we will have to design some components over here. So let's see, these are the multiple components that I have created. So first thing guys, that we have the user story, as I told you, according to the BDD, that we have a user story in the form of requirement documentation, or maybe the business requirement documentation, or SRS documentation is available. And then three amigos, like we call three amigos over here, PO, Dev, and QA. They will discuss on this particular user story. They will collaborate together, and then they will create multiple features over here. They will create multiple scenarios over here. So this component I'll be calling, this is my feature file, right? We can have multiple feature files. So I can write that, okay, yeah, these are my feature files over here I'll be creating. And the feature file I'll be creating with the help of Gherkin keyword that I'll be using for that. So Gherkin keyword in the form of given, when, then, and Gherkin is a Gherkin DSL language. We call it a domain specific language. We will be using it. How to create a feature file, that I'll show you, but in feature file we will be having multiple features we can have it. So let's see, this is my feature number one, this is my feature number two, and this is my feature number three. And in fact, in the same feature, we can have multiple scenarios over there, or scenarios outline will be there with examples and everything. We will see that. So let's see, this is my first scenario, this is my second scenario, this is my third scenario that I have written. And for each and every scenario, we will be writing different scenario steps over there. So let's see, this is my feature number one. I would say this is my feature file number one over here. So I will say that, okay, yeah, this is my feature file number one dot feature, something like this. In this particular feature, I'll be defining my scenarios over here. So this will become scenario. And under that particular scenario, I'll be having multiple steps over here, guys. So steps that I have to write with the help of Gherkin keywords, like we have to use the concept of given, then I'll be using given, then when, then and, then like that. So these are the keywords we have to use with the help of Gherkin keywords, and you can create multiple scenarios within the same feature. And likewise, you can create multiple features over here. Let's say this is my login feature, this is my search feature. Under that particular search feature, we can have multiple scenarios over there, and each and every scenario will be having multiple steps. So just for your reference, let's say this feature is related to my login. Second feature is related to, let's see, for search dot, I would say, a feature, and then having multiple search based scenarios we will be writing over there. Third feature, let's see, I'm writing for something else. Let's see, add to cart. I'm writing dot feature file. In this particular feature file, we will be having multiple scenarios over there. Now, this is not a Java code, right? This is not a programming code. This is just a simple Gherkin keywords and the common English formatted keywords I have written, and scenarios I have written. So these three guys sit together. They will work upon the user story, and then they will create multiple feature files, and then they will share with the developers, and developers will perform the TDD approach over there. A QA team, they will start writing their automation test cases accordingly. So let's see, after this, we have to convert this particular feature file. We have to write, the second thing is that step definition. So this step definition will be in, okay, in any programming language. For example, we will be writing, okay, Java. It could be any programming language. It could be Python, it could be Ruby, it could be JavaScript, anything. There are multiple frameworks are available. So in this particular video series, we will be using Cucumber with Java. If you want to use Cucumber with Ruby, Cucumber with JavaScript, or any Cucumber based family also, if you really want to use with some other programming language, feature file will remain same. Now it's up to you in which language you want to write your step definition. So in step definition, for each and every corresponding feature that you have written, we will be mapping, okay, we will be mapping with these given method over here, and then when we will write a separate step method over here for and for then, like that. So here we will be creating a class that is called my step definition class .java, and then we will be writing certain methods over here. So Cucumber JVM library will give you certain annotations and the methods, and we will be using those annotations. Let's see, for given we will be using one at the rate given over there, like that, at the rate given, at the rate then, at the rate when, like that we will be using that. And for every annotation we will be creating a method, and this method will behave like a step over here. Now here we will be defining that, okay, which method is responsible for to or responsible to define that particular step, and these steps later on can call multiple utilities. Let's see, I want to use that page object model in Selenium, or I want to use, let's see, some a database connection or Excel file connection, or I want to do some API automation also. In that case, corresponding utilities in a separate Java classes, you can write it, and these methods, the step method that you have written, they will be calling these certain utilities. For example, I'm writing, let's see, some, let's see, I want to wait for a specific element, or I want to, let's see, send keys or dot clicks, certain methods or certain wrappers I have created in the form of utilities or the libraries. I can do that. Other example, let's say I want to interact with the Excel file, writing certain utility methods over here, and then I'll be calling from these step methods over here. So the mapping is very important. This given step will be mapped with this at the rate given annotation. Likewise, we can create multiple one-to-one mapping over here, and then we will create our step definition, and it's up to you which language that you are using it. Once this is done, likewise, we can create multiple step definitions over here. Let's say this is my step definition for a login feature, step definition for search feature, step definition for add to cart feature .java. Like that, we can do that, and then each and every mapping will be done from the feature file, the respective feature file. So let's see, the search dot feature is mapped with this guy, add to cart feature is mapped with this particular .java class. Once this is done, we can execute our code directly from the feature file, like individual feature files we can execute it, or we can create one runner file over here. So what we have to do, that the third component that we have to create, that is called my test runner.java. Okay, and this test runner.java will be using some Cucumber options and the JUnit, and we will be defining some basic annotations over here with different options, like where exactly your feature file path over here, where exactly your step definition file path over here, in which format you want to execute. You can define some tags over there. You can define some a lot of other options we will see inside a test runner.java. So I'm writing some basic runners options over here. So here we will be using Cucumber options, and then we will be using JUnit runner, and then multiple options we will be writing that, okay, where exactly your feature file path, where exactly your step definition path, and in which format, what kind of report you want to generate, or all those things we will be writing over here. So this test runner.java will interact with your feature file over here, like that. So it will go to the feature file just because of feature file path we have defined over here, and each and every feature file Cucumber already integrated will get to know that, okay, yeah, we have corresponding step definition file is available, and we'll start writing and executing these number of Java classes and the methods and the steps, and these steps will be calling certain utilities that we have available over here, and then it will generate a report output over here. Okay, so this will be the flow, and these are the 4 or 5 major components that you have to create whenever you have to work with any Cucumber based framework or any BDD based tools and automation over there. So let's see how to do that. So for that purpose, I'll be using Eclipse over here, and then I'm going to create my first Eclipse Maven project over here. So you just simple go to new and go to project and click on Maven project over here and click on next, and then simple click on next once again. And here you have to search for a Maven plugin. So I'll tell you which plugin that you have to search. I simple write Maven, you have to search for quick start. So please search for this particular plugin, Maven archetype quick start. Version it could be 1.4, 1.0, 1.1, that doesn't matter. So we will be using a simple quick start plugin. Click on next, and then here we have to give a proper group ID. So let's see, I'm writing this is Cucumber, I would say YouTube, and then artifact ID. I simply write that, okay, yeah, Cucumber practices like that, and then you simple click on finish. When you see that, okay, guys, Cucumber practices got created under src main Java, src test Java, and then we have this particular pom.xml file. Now, before that, guys, you have to download one more plugin in your Eclipse that is called Cucumber Eclipse plugin that you have to download. So, a very simple and very useful plugin that will help you to create multiple feature files. It will highlight all the features, annotations, and everything in a respective color. So the readability will be improved, and a lot of other features are available in that particular through that particular plugin. You can add that. So what I'm going to do that I'm going to go to Google and a simple search for Cucumber. And what you need to do, you just need to go to the first link over here. So either you can download this particular plugin, and here you can see certain features are available. That new feature in this particular version, it supports lambda expression according to Cucumber Java 8, and a new step definition file wizard, and syntax highlighting, pretty formatting, a feature runner with formatters. So a lot of features are available over here, and it's such a nice plugin. You can take it, you can directly drag and drop in your Eclipse, but I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do that I'll go back. See, this is the Eclipse plugin. You just need to copy this URL and go to your help and then install new software in your Eclipse and copy paste that particular URL. And here you will see that Cucumber Eclipse plugin. You select that and click on next. You have to accept the license agreement and then click on finish. It will ask you to restart your Eclipse, and then that's it. I've already downloaded it, that's why it's not enabling the next option for me. So that let it be like that. I'm not going to download once again. You can do it by your own. I can share this particular link URL in the description of the video. You can take it from there, and please download this particular plugin. I'm going to cancel it right now. Now here, these are the dummy packages got created. I'm going to delete them. I don't need them. Under src test Java also, I'm going to delete them. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll open my pom.xml file, and we have to add a certain properties and the certain dependencies over here, right? So what I'm going to do that again, you go to Google, and then I simple search for Cucumber Java skeleton and go to this particular project. This is the skeleton framework, and for the examples point of view, Cucumber guys they have created. We will go to its pom.xml file, and from here we will copy multiple dependencies. So the latest version of Cucumber guys we will be using 6.9.0. that is the latest version recently released. I'll just going to copy all these properties from here and then paste it over here in your properties section. We will be using JDK version, Java JVM version 1.8, Cucumber version 6.9, Maven compiler plugin, and all those things we are using it. Compiler plugin and the Surefire plugin we are using like that. Then you have to add certain dependencies. So there are 3 dependencies are available. Copy these 3 dependencies, and simple. I'm just going to remove this particular dependency first and then add my own dependency over here. You can see that this Cucumber version is coming from here, from the properties variable over here. This is my property Cucumber version variable. After that, I'm going to copy those plugins also, which are available under build section. So copy this entire build section from here and remove this existing build section in your pom.xml file, and then copy paste those things. And then we are using Java version as a property, dollar variable as 1.8 over here, and then you simple save it. That's it. After that, you will see that in your project Maven dependencies got added over here. You can see that Cucumber JVM and all those things got added over here. Once all these things are done, what you do, you simple right click on your project, go to Maven and simple update the project and click on OK, and you will see that it got added with JDK 1.8, and all the latest dependencies got downloaded and added from your M2 directory over here directly. After that, what we have to do is that simple close this particular pom.xml file. We don't need that. So according to the component, we have to first of all decide that we have to create a feature file. So how will you create a feature file? So I'll go to my src test Java, right click on it, and I'm going to create a package over here. So let's see, this is my I would say app features package that got created. Click on finish. Under this particular package, I'm going to create a file over here. Let's see, my file name is, so I simply write that, okay, yeah, this is my search dot, and guys, the extension will be dot feature. This is the property of a feature file, that it should have the extension dot feature. Whatever the feature name, search feature or a login feature or profile feature that you want to write, I can write a simple feature over here. So the moment I create search.feature, you can see that one sample feature file got added automatically over here just because of that plugin we have downloaded. All these are the commenting sections. You can write your author name and list of scenarios you can mention over here, and then a lot of things they have given that, okay, what is the purpose of given, some precondition, then some key actions, then what you want to do for validation point of view, and but also you can add multiple conditions with the help of given, when, then, like that. So they have certain given examples over here. You can see that one feature is available, and then this is my scenario in the form of a given, when, then, and then one more scenario outline we will see in upcoming chapters with examples keyword, like that. So I'm not going to use these features. These are the dummy features. I'm going to simply select them and then delete. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create my own feature. So let's see, I have one basic feature, and my feature name, I'll start with a keyword over here. I simple write that is, let me just maximize it. I simple write that, okay, yeah, what is the feature? See, the moment I write feature colon, automatically the color got changed. So these are the keywords which are already reserved with Cucumber, and Cucumber will understand these features that you are using it for your creating the feature file. Now let's see, my feature name is, let's see, I want to do some Amazon search. So I simple write that Amazon search over here. Today I'm not writing any Selenium code. I simple write some basic Java code over here, some basic scenarios. One scenario we will write it over here. And after feature, guys, you can write multiple scenario. Let's see, for basic scenario, I'm writing my first scenario is that this is my scenario name. And for this particular scenario, what are different steps are available? So I'm writing my first step with help of given, and I simply write that I have a search field on Amazon page. This is my precondition that for search a product, you should be on the search field on the Amazon page. Then I'm writing when I search for a product with name, let's see, any name of the product. Let's see, I'm writing for Apple MacBook Pro over here with name. And then I want to write a price also. So I simply write then and the price of the product, something like this, let's see, 1000 over here. So this Apple MacBook will be a kind of a string. So I'll be writing in double quotes, and then 1000, let's see, $1,000. I'm writing like, a numeric value. So I'm not writing in the form of double quotes. Then I'm writing, then what do you want? Then when I search the product with a name, whatever the name that we have written, that Apple MacBook Pro should be displayed. Let me write it like this. So this is a simple scenario, guys, that I have created over here according to this particular diagram. So this feature file will be created by the PO dev and the QA people, and then they will work together and they will write multiple scenarios like that. So likewise, you can create n number of scenarios. Okay, if you really want to write one more scenario over here, you can write it like this. Scenario number 2, let's see, add a product, like that. So multiple scenarios you can write in a same feature file. So let's see, today I'm just writing only one scenario, so let me delete this. So once a feature file is ready, you can see that a warning message over here that this step I have search field on Amazon does not have a matching glue code. Glue code means there is no step definition that you have written, right? So now what I'm going to do that I'm going to execute this particular feature file first. So how will you execute that? You simply right click on your feature, go to run as. Here you will see that Cucumber feature. When you run it, you will not see any output over here, guys. So you have to configure this particular feature in your run configuration. So simple go to run as run configuration and select this particular Cucumber feature, click on new feature, and then you have to select where exactly your feature file is available. So I'll simply go to browse, and where is my feature file is available. So I'll go to my documents. Under this particular documents, I'll go to that particular project. So I'll simply go to, just a minute, let me go to with the list over here, and this is my workspace. Under this particular workspace, this is my project name. Under SRC, go to test over here, go to Java, app features, and the search.feature I have to select over here, and then click on apply and click on run again. So guys, when you run it, you see a message over here on the console that this is my scenario, and you have undefined scenarios available over here, and it's saying you can implement missing steps with the snippets below. So it will give you three Java methods over here that, yeah, given method is not implemented. You have the feature, but you have not implemented that particular feature. So what I'm going to do that I'm going to create the respective step definition, right guys? So what I'm going to do under my src test Java, I'm going to create a new package over here. Let's see, my package name is step, and under this particular step definitions, I'm going to create a class over here, and this is my, let's see, a search, and then here I'm going to create those certain methods, right? So you can see that given when, then we have written, and then we have to create this particular step definition.java, and then we have to do the mapping over here. I can do one thing, I can simply go to console and copy these methods from here to here, simple copy this and then paste it over here. Okay, now if you notice one thing, that it's giving you an error at the rate given, so you have to import first of all at the rate given from Cucumber Java, and then when you have to import again from Cucumber.java, and then also you have to import from Cucumber.java. Once you import, you notice one thing, that this is a at the rate given, so automatically what will happen, Cucumber will map this particular given step over here. So this given is represented as at the rate given annotation over here, and whatever the step you have written, the step name is, I have a search field on Amazon page, so exact step will be written over here like that, and the method name is this. So guys, here the method name doesn't matter, you can write any method name, but generally we, whatever the step name that we have written, Cucumber will automatically generate the method name with like this, that for after each and every word it will generate one underscore over here. So here the method name doesn't matter, but this step name, whatever the language that you have written, the same line you have to write it over here. You see that, okay, I search for a product with name. The second step is that automatically it will take that, okay, yeah, we have one string parameter, this is Apple MacBook Pro parameter, and 1000 is the integer parameter. So automatically it will take that, okay, yeah, you have one string and the price as an integer over here. Then it's taking as a parameter over here that, okay, yeah, so let's see, I'm giving, this is my simple product a name, and integer I'm writing, let's see, this is my price. So you can change the variable name and you can modify accordingly. Same thing, the product name with a string should be displayed like that. Step definitions are ready, but if you notice one thing, that automatically it's saying that throw pending exception, because we have not written any steps over here in the form of Java code. It's simple throwing, when Java or Cucumber will call this particular method, it will throw this particular exception. So let's run it again and let's see. So right click on your feature and then go to run as simple run configuration. Click on this new configuration. This is the project name, Cucumber practice, feature file, and click on run. When you run it, this time it's saying that your implementation is done, but it's giving you the pending exception over here, because the first step, search a product, the moment we execute this particular search a product step over there, immediately pending exception will be thrown and your program will be terminated over there. That's why you see that, okay, three steps are there, two got skipped and one pending. One pending means it's throwing the pending exception over there. So what we have to do, guys, we have to this particular code and then we have to write our own code over here. So what I'm going to do, I simple remove all these okay, exception lines, and then let's see, I'm not writing any Selenium code today. Of simple, I'm writing system.out.println. Let's say this is my step number 1, that I'm simple saying that, and then I'm writing this is my step number 2, and simple writing that whatever the name that you are writing, the name is what, I can append the name with this particular product name, whatever the product name that we are passing as a parameter, plus, and then the price I'm writing whatever the price that you have written over here, okay, that you are passing. So you can simple see it over here like that. So I'll write in the next line so that you will understand better. Now the third step is that I simple write system.out.println, simple. So what will happen, guys, when Cucumber will execute this particular feature file, this product Apple MacBook Pro will be given to @when. This particular method will be executed and the product name is Apple MacBook Pro and the price will be 1000 that we are passing from the feature file, and it will be given to this particular system.out.println, or whatever the business logic that you have written over here, it will be given to this particular step. right? So that's why I'm printing the same step over here and the same price over here. Now I'm going to run it again and let's see it is working or not this time. So right click on it, go to run as run configuration and simple run. Now this time you see that all three steps absolutely working fine. Three got passed, there is no exception. And you can see that, okay, yeah, this is my scenario, search a product. I'm on the search page, printing it on the console, like given I have a search field on the Amazon page. And the second step, Apple MacBook price is 1000, and printing the same thing over here, that search for a product with name Apple MacBook and the price is 1000, like that. And the third step with product is name should be displayed like that. Simple. So likewise, I can see that yes, my feature file is ready according to the diagram, and step definition is also ready. And later on, a step definition in the future upcoming videos, we will see that how can we create certain utilities, and you're calling these utilities from your step definition.java. Let's say I'm creating element util.java or WebDriver or wait utilities or something like this. I can call it directly from here. Now, how exactly we can achieve the test-driven development approach? So according to the BDD, we say that, okay, yeah, you have to create the feature first, and then you have to start writing your test. First time it will be failed, and then you have to keep improving the code to make sure your test cases are getting passed, and refactor the code, and then run it again and make sure your test cases are working fine or not. So let's do some test-driven development approach over here. So what I'm going to do that when I'm on the search page, right guys, so I'll simply say that, okay, yeah, I don't want to do anything. This is just a print statement I want to write. But when I come to this particular method, I simply say that, okay, yeah, you have to create a product. Let's say I'm going to create a class variable over here, that this is my product, and then I'm writing that this product is equal to new product, and here I'm passing the same product name over here. But here we know that, okay, we don't have the product class is available. The implementation is missing over here. We don't have any class for that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a product class. So simply create a class product under my src main Java, right click on it, go to and create a package over here. And here the package name I'm going to give that implementation, whatever the package name that you want to write, that doesn't matter. And here I'm going to create a product class. So let's see, my class name is the product, and inside this particular product class I'm going to define some implementation. So let's see, I have one string over here that is let's see, the product name. So I quickly write that yes, this is the product name, comma, and then I'll be writing one integer price over here. Then I'm going to create the constructor of this particular class. So simple go to source and generate the constructor using fields, and then you simply click on generate the constructor, remove the super keyword, we don't need that. And then I'm going to create some getter and setter also. If you want to define some values at the runtime, you can do that. So I'm going to do one thing, that I'm going to generate the getter and setters, generate the getter and setter for these two products, and then click on generate for these two variables, and I make them private so that I can use the encapsulation over here like that. So this is the simple method that is written. I mean, this is a simple class implementation that I have written. And inside the product class also, I'm going to create one more method which will give me the list of the product. So I simply say that, okay, this method will return the list of strings over here, and I simply create, okay, that's it, that is get product list over here. And here I'm going to first of all import this particular list from the java.util package, and here I'm going to create one array list, the list of a string. Let's see, this is my product list is equal to new array list I'm going to create, and in this particular array list I'll be adding a couple of products over here. So I say Apple MacBook Pro, that's it. Okay, so this is the implementation of the product class that I have created. Then I'll go to my search steps over here, and then this product you have to import from this particular package. And then when I search for the product, I'll be creating the constructor. I'll be calling the constructor of this particular class by creating the object and passing the same product name which I'm getting from the feature file, same product name and the price, I'm passing it over there. Then after that, what we have to do, after that guys, we have to come to this particular method, and here the method business logic is missing. There is no implementation. So what I'm going to do that a product with name should be displayed. It means I'm going to search for that particular product, or maybe I have to display that particular product. So what I'm going to do that I'm going to create one more implementation over here in the form of search class, right? So let's see, and then I simply write search is equal to new search I'll be writing. And but again, the implementation is missing for search, so I'm going to create one more search class over here in the same package. Let's see, right click on it, go to new and create a class over here, and I'm going to create a search class. And in this particular search class, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a simple method over here. Let's see, public display the product, something like this I'm going to write. And this guy says that, okay, fine, you give me the product name, display, I'll search, and then I'll display the same product name over here. What I'm going to do that I simply write one if condition over here, and instead of this particular product name, this product name is, let's see, product class of the product name. And I simply say that if the product name, if the name that you want to give, that doesn't matter. This is my reference. I'm passing the object reference of this particular product name dot. If you remember this particular method, we have written this get product list. In this particular list, what you contains, if you contains whatever the product dot a get product name, if it contains, it means then you return what? Then you return the same product dot get product name from here. Okay, else you simple return, or I simple write simple return null. That's it. And instead of void, so this is a simple method that I have created. I'm passing one product reference over here. I'm getting the product list. First of all, that this is giving me the entire list over here. And then I'm checking that, okay, which contains product dot get product name or not, because the product name I've already passed from the product constructor, and you can see that, okay, product name constructor will initialize my product reference class variable will be initialized. And then I'm calling simple get product name method. Let's see, Apple MacBook Pro in this case, and the same Apple MacBook Pro will be matched over here. It means in this particular product list, if I contain that particular Apple MacBook Pro product, you return the same product, and then that's it. So I'm going to search step.java, and then first of all that I have to import this particular class that I have created, and from this particular search reference dot, I simply write my method name that we have written, search dot display the product, and which product that, okay, you want to display, that the same product, okay, that we have created the reference over here, the product reference. So guys, don't be confused. This is what we have to write the unit level test cases over here, and then accordingly we have to write our test cases on the basis of my feature file. Now I'm going to run it again, and let's see what happens. So I simple right click on the search.feature, go to run as configure. So let's see the output, and you can see that, yeah, absolutely working fine. Wow, we have written some unit level test cases that I'm on search page. Search the product with the name Apple MacBook and the price. You can see that, okay, yeah, I search for the product with Apple MacBook and the price, and the product name with Apple MacBook should be displayed over here. Absolutely working fine like that. Okay, now if you let's do one thing that when we search the product, this display the product will return a string over here. So I'm going to store in a string variable. Let's say I'm simple writing that is my product a name is equal to this, right? And product name we have already taken, so I'm taking only name over here, and then I'm going to print it on the console that whatever the name that you are getting it, fine. And then if you really want to write an assertion over here that, okay, assert dot, I simply write that assert dot assert equals what is your expectation. My expectation is that from this particular product that you have, okay, get the product name, and what is the actual product that you are getting, the same product name I'll be passing over here. Now you can see that absolutely working fine. My in the then step I have written that Apple MacBook is displayed or not. Yes, the search product is Apple MacBook Pro, and this step is absolutely working fine, and all three steps are working fine over here. So that is how, guys, we are using what we are doing. First we are writing the feature file, and then we start writing the step definition, and then we are trying to achieve the test driven development approach over here, that at the runtime we are trying to fix our code, we are trying to write our test cases, to make sure that okay our feature, or to make sure that okay our whatever the feature that we have written, against those features my test cases are working fine or not. So it's very simple. If you really want to practice, you can avoid this creating a search product class or the search class and all those things, but it's good that okay, yeah, it's very simple class that I have created. Don't be confused with that. Simple getter and setter and one search method that I have created, and I'm calling from my step definition over here. The same thing like certain utilities and the implementation classes, I can call from a given when then methods, and then I can fulfill my requirement over here along with the assertions like that. So then is generally used for the validation. That's why I'm writing one assertion over here. Maybe this method is deprecated, that's why it's saying like that. So you can ignore, we can use some different assertion over here later on. Okay, now the third thing is, guys, we have to create a runner.java, because every time you can have multiple feature files. Every time you are not going to right click on a feature file and then run it again and again. So what you can do is that you can create a runner file. So I'm going to create a separate package for that. So let's see, this is my test runners, and under this particular package you right click on it and create a class over here, and my class name is let's see, whatever the name you want to give. Let's see, search I'm going to create, or you can create, let's see, Amazon test runner. That is the better name, and you simply click on finish. In this particular Amazon test runner, we don't need to write any implementation. We just need to use two important annotation. One is run with what? Run with, first of all, you have to use a cucumber.class. And the second annotation, guys, you have to use that is cucumber options, and then certain options we have to pass it over here like that. So we can write the first option. Okay, so I'll be writing like this. This is my first option that I'll be writing, that where exactly your feature files are available. So we have one keyword that is called a features is equal to, and where exactly a feature file is available. So my feature file is available under over here. So right click on it, get the properties, and copy from src2, okay, to the features only. So you can directly give the path till search.feature also, but let's say tomorrow you have multiple features and I want to execute multiple features, so better to give src test java app features. It means under this particular package name we have n number of feature files, execute all of them. Okay, and once this is done, then put a comma, and then the next, we don't need to write this bracket over here. Okay, and then we can write that another thing is that is called glue. Glue defines that where exactly your step definitions are available. So we just need to give the package name over here in double quotes. So I simply write step definitions, the same package name that I have created. It means inside this particular step definitions, all these steps are available over here. Okay, and then that's it. And then now you have to execute this particular runner file now. So let's run it. So this runner file will go to the app feature. We have this particular search feature.java. As I told you, it will go to the feature file, and the feature file corresponding Cucumber will automatically detect that okay, yeah, what are the different step definition file or .java classes that you have written, and will start executing my Java class. Okay, so instead of running a feature file, I'll be running this runner file now. Go to run as JUnit, because this is a JUnit class. And you can see that okay, amazingly good, that all the features are absolutely working fine. You can see that okay, there are 3 steps are there. I'm on search page and everything, and then everything is in green color. This is just a logging information, you can ignore that. And you can see that here the JUnit plugin also, it's showing all this particular search a product, that feature that we have written, search a product, is in green color. It means absolutely working fine over here. What you can do is that, guys, that if you really want to print a pretty output over here, that also you can do that. So I'll do one thing, put a comma, and then we have one plugin of keyword is equal to simple write in double quotes that, and in that case you run it again, and let's see what kind of output you are getting. Now you are getting a proper output with all the steps over here, with colorful steps and everything. You can see that okay, yeah, this is my scenario. I'm on the search page, and this search page is absolutely working fine in green color. When I search for the product, it's again coming the green color, and then the validation search product is Apple MacBook Pro, and this is the output that we are getting it. So this is the pretty output that we are getting, and absolutely working fine over here like that. If you really want to run it from the Maven, you can run it from the Maven also. You can directly run from the Maven command line or run from your Eclipse. So right click on your project, make sure that Maven is installed on your laptop. You do one thing, run as Maven Test over here, and let's see what is the output we are getting on the console. So here you can see that okay, build got successful, and then my test cases are working fine over here like that. Okay, if you really want to run from the command line, so let's go to the command line, go to properties, and copy this particular path. Let's do one thing, let's go to the command line, go to the path over here, change the directory, make sure Maven is available on your laptop. So I'll quickly check Maven version. Yeah, Maven is available, and I simply write Maven test over here. When you run Maven test, you can see that yeah, a build is successful. Your test cases are working fine over here, absolutely fine. So guys, if you notice one thing, that we are just getting only that the build got successful over here, but we are not getting any proper output that which step definition got passed and uh, which feature file, how many steps are there. So likewise on the same console also, we are not getting any proper output. The build got successful, and because of the Surefire plugin, all my test cases are absolutely working fine. But the problem is that what you can do, instead of Amazon test runner, you simply write Amazon test, because a JUnit will identify on the basis of this file name that Amazon test, not on the basis of a runner. So I'll just rename this particular file name, simple rename to Amazon test. Instead of writing the runner, you simply write Amazon test or Google test like that, and then run it again. So let's run it again and let's see what happens. Now on the console, you can see that yeah, this time it's showing all the reports over here once again. Let me run it again, that Amazon test.java run as not JUnit. We have to execute with a Maven. So right click on your project, go to run as Maven test and go to the console. Now this time you can see that okay, it's showing the proper result over here along with all the steps. Perfect. Same thing, I'm gonna do it from the terminal. Let me just clear the console, and I simply write Maven test now this time. And now you can see on the console absolutely working fine with the proper result that build got successful. You have one test scenario which is absolutely working fine. We have 0 failures, and these are the scenario list over here. Search a product, you can see it over here that search a product, I'm on search page, and these 3 steps are absolutely working fine, coming in green color like that. Right guys, so this is how you can directly run it from the Maven like that. So make sure you are writing proper class name over here. Instead of runner, you simply write Amazon test over here. Okay, so this is how guys we design a simple Cucumber feature file step definition and the runner, and then a simple scenario that we have created and executing with the help of runners over here. So later on in the next video, I'll be telling you that what are the different other examples, scenario outline, integration with Selenium. Right now, I have created one very simple step, printing it on the console. That's it. We are not using any Selenium code right now. Same thing, you can do it for your API automation also, and you just need to design your feature file accordingly, that when I hit this particular post call with this particular URL, when I pass this particular JSON file or payload, then I get 200 response code or like that. So you can write n number of scenarios. That doesn't matter, either you are writing for the UI automation or API automation or mobile automation, unit level test cases, or any regression test cases that you are writing. Matter is how exactly you're creating your scenarios and then converting into the step definition files over here like that. So thank you so much guys. Thanks for watching this particular video. That's all for today. And in the next video, I'll be telling you some more interesting stuff about Cucumber. Please practice and let me know if you have any issues with that. Thank you so much guys.